In this tutorial in CyberLink PowerDirector, we'd like to show you some tips on using a newly released tool called the Title Reveal Mask. This has been released in the spring of 2020 for those who are subscribers of PowerDirector 365. Whether or not it will be part of the next general release of PowerDirector later in the year, we don't know, but it's a nice tool and we'd like to show you why it's significant when you're doing titling in PowerDirector. I have a clip on the screen of a boat and a lighthouse, really nice shot, and so I'll be adding a title. So what I need to do is go to my title room. I can click on the T on the left side or press the F7 key. I'll drag my title and put that on track number 2. And then to get into my title designer, I'll simply double click or I can press the F2 key. Now we're going to change the lettering here. We'll just change it to fishing. And I'm going to show you the challenges that this particular tool helps you overcome. Now I may want the word fishing to come on the screen from the left or the right or the top or the bottom. And that's pretty easy to do. All I need to do is click on the Effect tab on the left side and click on Starting Effect. And then I can pick one with motion. I can use one like slide right, slide left. I can click on slide up. But you notice in each case as I'm clicking, the title begins completely off the screen. Now there are occasions where you want the title to appear on the screen, but its genesis, its beginning, is not off the screen. It just kind of appears from one place and the letters move on to the area where you see it on the screen. For example, if we wanted the word fishing here to begin right where the left line, the left margin of the title is, and just as letter by letter shove itself onto the screen, there's no way to do that currently in the title tools in PowerDirector. You can try it by keyframing it, but still when you keyframe, you're moving the entire title from one place on the screen to another. We have tutorials on how to do that. Now you can use a mask, and we have a tutorial called Reveal a Title as if it were behind an object, where we use the general masking tools of PowerDirector to do what we're about to show you. But they've added this tool inside the title designer to make it much easier and much simpler. We'll talk about some limitations later on, but let me show you how you can use that. So I have to make sure I have no effects here. We're going to go back to my Object tab, and now I see I have something called Title Reveal Mask. I'm going to click on that and then click on the arrow, which will show me the tools. Now it starts out by giving me a second screen. You noted the dotted lines behind the entire video. You have the lines and you have the handles. It starts out at 0.5, which is the center of the mask. It's in the middle of the screen. It starts out full screen. Now if I just did this, nothing would change. I can also change the size of the mask and the position of the mask. I have to click back on my title to see the mask. And now I have it centered and I won't see any difference. I want you to see the mask as the area where the title becomes visible. So it's this lighter area here where it's visible. Now if I just do this, obviously, and the title stays here and starts here, I won't see a difference. The way you make it come on in a mask is you change it. I'm going to change the size. I also like turning off the maintain aspect ratio on the left side so I can make it no bigger than I need it. I'm going to make sure it's big enough for the word fishing, and I might even start by putting the mask directly over the title. And then the mask will define the place where the title becomes visible. So I'm going to put it over here. And I'm going to take my title, and in this case I'll put it to the left. Again, if I start here and play this, I won't see any difference except now the title will simply disappear because the title is not defined in the area where the mask is. And when I play the video, I don't see the title at all. This means I need to keyframe the title. So I'm going to click in the lower right corner by my preview screen and turn on my keyframe options. And now I'll click the triangle again, and I'm going to use the position option. With my time indicator at the very left side, I'm going to set a position value by clicking on the diamond. That will add a little red keyframe. And then wherever I want the title to stop, we'll go right here, I can set another keyframe by clicking on the diamond for position value, or I can simply drag it and that will set a new position value. And now I have my title inside my mask area, my visible mask area. So between the first keyframe and the second keyframe, the title is moving, the mask stays the same. Now there's a big difference when I play this particular clip as we've modified it so far. Let's play it. Now you see the word fishing come in apparently from nowhere. And so that's the big advantage of this particular tool in CyberLink PowerDirector. Let's scroll through it slowly so you see the letters come in as it progresses, and they become, as it were, visible from no place. They're hiding outside of this visible area in the mask. Another nice feature of this tool is that you can apply it to more than one title in the same title area. So let's say fishing is fun, and I'm going to take this one and go back to some other properties here. We'll go back to my font. We'll make it smaller, and we'll make it bold. And we'll take this and we'll hide it as it were over here, and we'll go back to this particular one. We'll add a mask, and notice the masks that we add are unique to each of the titles. They don't interfere with each other. Again, I'll turn off maintain aspect ratio. I'll move my mask to below the word fishing and resize it. Make sure it's just big enough for the title. And then I'll take the is fun and turn on the keyframe, do a position keyframe. And then we'll start our is fun later, right there. And then we'll add another keyframe toward the end where we actually move the word is fun over. And with that keyframe set, I'm going to drag it over. And so I've done the same activity twice. So I'll click on OK. Let's go back to our main clip, and when we play our movie, start at the beginning, we'll see each of the titles having each of their masks and coming in as we wanted them to. So when we're near the end of it, we have both of them on the screen appearing as it were out of nowhere inside our title designer. So that's a way in which to use this new tool. Now there is a tutorial we have for those of you who don't have this tool where you can use the normal masking properties of PowerDirector to accomplish something similar. It's called Reveal a Title as if it were behind an object. The one thing I do like about this tool is quick, it's easy, it's simple, it's inside the title designer. Two things I don't like about it yet is I hope someday they allow us to make a mask that is not simply rectangular or square, where you can define the points and make it very irregular. We can't do that right now. The other thing you can't do with the title reveal mask currently is you cannot keyframe it. There are situations where I would like the mask perhaps to move, especially if the camera is in motion. And that's currently not part of it. That would be a wish list item for me. But this is a new tool that gives you some more flexibility in building titles in CyberLink PowerDirector.